Welcome to my fourth ever Horror Show Entertainment Paperbacks from Hell video. Just a friendly reminder, this is the book that inspired me to do these videos. I love old school paperbacks, and getting this was a no-brainer. So many awesome looking old school paperbacks. I can't wait to dive deeper into this book. But I am going to be talking about the books from L to O. It's going to be a little bit of a longer video because there's more O's than anything. Let's get started. The first one I have here is The Lake by R. Carl Largent. This is a 90s book, I believe. And he also wrote a book called Red Tide, apparently, which I've never even heard of. This came out in 1993, which is what I thought it was. But it's about a lake monster. From out of the depths rose a horror born out of a technological disaster, a terrifying force that defied the laws of nature and threatened mankind with a new kind of death. And it's got that old 80s build-up. To save the environment, it had to be controlled. To save the people, it had to be stopped. To save the town, it had to be destroyed. The lake. And it's a pretty thick book. It's kind of bent, which I'm not happy about, but it's almost 400 pages. That's a cool paperback. And I love the cover with that catfish Loch Ness monstrosity. Then I have a book by one of my favorite authors. I read 2 of his books, and he has so many more, but I'm instantly hooked. This is Guy Smith's Locusts. Now, this is in really good condition. This is a book from 1979. I don't know much about it besides Britain being eaten alive by locusts. So what's wrong with that? Nothing. And I can't wait to dive into this book because A Winged Nightmare of Terror sounds awesome enough. But with a title like The Locusts, how can you lose? Next up, I'm going on to the M's. I have, from the author of The Sentinel, Jeffrey Convict's is Monster, A Tale of Loch Ness. This is one of those cool books with the gatefold, I believe it's called. And you can go in the cave like that, and then you close it. This is in pristine condition, so I'm kind of afraid to read it. But it has a map of Scotland and everything. It's a highbrow book from 1982. It's a big book. I have The Sentinel, but it's in terrible condition. I want to get another copy, but everywhere I look, they're expensive. Then I have a book by Peter Tremaine, The Morgo Rises. It's a killer worm, from the author of The Ants, Zombie, and another book that's coming up on this list. This is from, I believe, 1982. Yep, 1982. Just look at that amazing cover. That is a thing of nightmarish beauty. I'm in love with this cover. Hopefully I like the book too. Next up, I have another book by Guy Smith, The Neophyte. A killer cat book, apparently. This is also in pristine condition, which I'm really excited about. I love when I get to old books in pristine condition. This one's from 1986. Oh, the man died first. Gordon stamped into the mud. Next, the woman alone and mad. Then the young boy, throat sliced open. So you got some nice kills in here, apparently. Has to do with witches. Interesting. The Neophyte. Maybe that has nothing to do with cats. I have one that's in pretty rotten condition, actually. I wanted to get a different edition of it, but here's hoping. It's not the prettiest. It's at 448 pages. They even made a movie about this. It's from 1980. The movie came out in 1988, I believe. It's called The Nest. Now, The Nest is a pretty well-known book for people who like this kind of stuff. Yeah, it's just awesome. It's by Gregory A. Douglas. So, there's that. And I think it was about cockroaches or something like that. Well, there's a cockroach on the cover or something like that. Devouring everything and anything. The movie was pretty nightmarish too. And the other book I have by Peter Tremaine for this video is Nicor. Now, I think this has to do with an oil rig and a shark-like creature. And it's from, I'm betting the later 80s. Yeah, 87. I like the cover. It's really kind of an artsy shark. Kind of reminds me of the cover for Up From the Depths, because the shark was kind of frilled, and the shark looked nothing like that in the movie. But the water demon is Nicor. Now we're moving on to the final letter, O. First up I have Of Unknown Origin. This is, I believe, a screenplay adaptation into a book, or it could have come up before, but it's by Chauncey G. Parker III. This is a book that is based off a movie that stars Peter Weller, and yep, you got images from the movie in there. I haven't seen the movie yet. I have it, I just haven't watched it. I want to read the book first. But it's about a killer rat. That's awesome. I love killer rat movies. Can never have enough of them. Then I have Mark Ronson's Ogre. This is in really good condition, surprisingly, for a book from 1980. So it's in actually non-yellowed, really good condition. I bought it for a decent price. And look at that gooey cover. That is just awesome. Now we'll cap off the video with a quick rundown of 5 books that I've read that are a part of a series. I've also reviewed them. The Omen. Damien, Omen 2. The Final Conflict, Omen 3. Omen 4, Armageddon 2000. And The Abomination, Omen 5. These were really engaging books. I got into the mood of them right after part 1. I was like, yes, that was an awesome book, even though I know everything that happens. When I got to part 3, I'm like, okay, I haven't seen the third one in a while. I read it, really good. Then I got to part 4 and 5. These are entertaining, but they were never made into a movie. Which is weird, because they did make a Omen 4 movie, but it has nothing to do with Omen 4 Armageddon 2000. This is a continuation of the third movie, and this is the continuation of the 4th book. So yeah, those are all the books I have to show in this Paperbacks from Hell Horror Entertainment Edition. Make sure to buy this book, because it's kind of expensive, and I can only imagine it's going to go up in price, but it's really awesome. I am Brian Gatto, host of Horror Show Entertainment. Make sure to like my Facebook page in the description below, leave comments, and subscribe.